The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clan Archie for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, it's shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what it do? It's LB Lauderdale Boss, Shutterworth, the GOAT artist, Soul Wars creator, Ring Gang.
Ring Gang in the house, yes sir. So continuation from our last podcast. Like this weekend is full of fights, and I think we talked about tomorrow it could be some possible fight of the year candidates, which we went over in our last podcast. So if you haven't heard that, you need to go hit it up on Podomatic, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you need to get your fix, like a heroin addict, man. Just go get that. You just go listen to that shit and get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? And so you can hear our thoughts on that card for tomorrow. But there's also cards for Saturday too. You know what I'm saying? So let me get into that. The first one is the World Boxing Super Series Season 2 semifinals. Now, if you've heard us before, particularly me, I am a fan of the World Boxing Super Series. The first season was outstanding with the cruiserweights. It gave us the undisputed cruiserweight champion Usyk, who's now making he's going to be making his heavyweight debut next month. And we had the 168, which was not as spectacular, say for a couple of fights. Although the winner, certainly proved himself in the finals. Callum Smith. Now
that was a good fight, actually. With a good ending, good knockout.
It was. Yes, it also. Yep, and so just George Groves too. Because George Groves, he was in probably the best fights in that tournament between that and then with Eubank Jr. Like I said, the tournament didn't have any of the real names in there, unfortunately, outside of two or three, if you want to call that one. But at least it ended on a high note. So the success for that, especially with the cruiserweights, we have the season two of World Boxing Super Series, which unfortunately has not gone as smoothly, as the first season for various reasons. So it's just the fact that it made it to the semifinals is pretty damn good. Usually with the semifinals, obviously because it's on the zone, so they have a whole bunch of contracted, they have like up and coming prospects or of that nature, none of which are really known to the boxing public or whatever. But they have two. But the main card is highlighted by two specific fights. The first fight. Now, a little backstory. Now, this one was supposed to be Nonito Donaire versus Lonnie Tete. It was supposed to be a unification for with the WBO and the WBA bantamweight titles in the semifinals. Unfortunately, Tete, shoulder acted up. I think the official cause of it was tendonitis, and I can relate because I've had to battle tendonitis in various places too, especially my right shoulder. But he had his in his shoulder, and after he was hitting the mitts, and of course if you hit the mitts, that type of repetitive motion, that can aggravate some shit. So unfortunately, he was not ready. So unfortunately, he had to pull out of the fight, which was very close to, too close within the week of the actual fight. And his status in terms of tournament remains to be determined. But Donaire actually has a replacement, someone that the World Boxing Super Series contracted, just in case for these scenarios. So he'll be defending his WBA bantamweight title against Stephon Young. I don't really recall. I mean, from Stephon Young, I mean, he's very inexperienced. I personally have never actually seen him fight, at least to my actual knowledge. But one would think, LB, that Stephon Young, you know, as experienced as he is, should probably get KO'd by Donaire pretty quickly. You know, it shouldn't go too long. Do you agree?
Yeah, unless, you know, this is Stephon cat. I mean, unless he's some unknown, unheard of, unheralded, extreme next level talent that, you know, we just haven't found out about. You know, Donaire should be expected to win that shit. I ain't gonna go to say early, but, you know, because anything can happen. But you should be able to win. I'll just leave it at that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, Stephon, I mean, his record, he's 18-1 with 3 draws, 7 KOs in the 18 wins. He's a southpaw.
Jesse Vargas. Until you said southpaw, I was like, oh, okay, got him.
Yeah. So I mean, it's either two things. I mean, the most likely scenario in this one would be probably Donaire, you know, winning this fight. Unless of course it's either Donaire has a past prime moment like he had against Cesar Juarez, you know, that came out all of a sudden, or you know, he turns back the hands of the time and says, okay, let's get rid of someone like this. And then see what this Tete rematch is like and how it can be rescheduled without affecting the tournament. It should be interesting. Like Donaire's, you know, obviously he does come to fight. I mean, I just don't see him. I mean, although he can box, I don't see him trying to keep this guy around for very long. But you know, boxing is a theater of the unexpected. Like I said, I mean, I personally think Donaire will probably put him away before round 6. I mean, that's pretty much my prediction on that. But the main event of the whole card is probably the fight that was even anticipated even before, you know, even more than Donaire Tete was, and that is Regis Prograis going for his first title shot, not interim belt, against Relikh for Relikh's WBA 140 title. LB, what are your thoughts on that fight?
I think that's gonna be a good ass fight.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a straight thing. On who? I mean, I have to give Relikh his respect. I mean, I'm not saying he's
a solid technician, man.
Yeah, and he can punch too.
Yeah,
he can definitely punch. I mean,
punch has definitely got some pop on it. So, and Prograis, you know, has some underrated boxing skill and some boxing ability.
And a
mean streak.
Yeah, and a mean streak.
You can tell he's composed. You know, he can box. You know, you saw that in the last fight, but you know, he also got that, you know, that berserker rage line within. You know what I mean? He'll lay you out.
Hell yeah.
You know, this is a real good fight. You know, if both go at it like how, you know, be on some aggressive shit, we could see like maybe a fight of the year candidate, really, you know.
Yeah, really. On paper, it's definitely a fight of the year candidate. You know, that's of course unless the level is shown, as in one fighter is a level above the other, and you know, and
right.
Yeah, and that person, you know, get anxious to get rid of the person pretty easily or in a one-sided manner. So I mean, and pretty much I know Prograis has been one of the favorites to actually win the tournament. So this will probably be his stiffest challenge yet. I mean, he's already beaten the likes of Terry Flanagan and Julius Ondango. These are the world champions, of course, on his ledger. You know, Ondango, of course, is not a name that gets a lot of respect. You know, even though he was a unified champion, he did. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but it's who you beat, my friend. It's who you beat.
Oh shit! I mean, he did beat. He did beat two good decent fighters at 140 for those belts. It wasn't like he beat scrubs.
Who were these guys again?
One is Ricky Burns. The other one.
Wrong answer. That's not. You said the good. Come on, man. Ricky Burns been washed, man. Like, come on. Like, don't say good. You can say he was okay. Like, come on, man. Like, stop. Don't overrate this guy.
I'm not overrating anyway. I mean, the nigga was decent. You know what I'm saying?
And now, who's this next guy you wanna toss up here now?
Was Troyansky. The other, and he was also in the 140 tournament. He was the one that lost to Relikh in a very close fight in the first round. You know.
Yeah, he's alright.
I mean. He's not playing. This nigga's not playing.
Didn't we go through this whole thing with Crawford? Didn't we already go through this with Crawford? There wasn't no, he didn't toss the garbage outside. He just bagged it up. Like, bruh, like.
It'll be showing no respect. You gotta put some respect. That nigga went to this, to two away fights and took the belts from these niggas, man. He unified.
That takes guns. That takes guts, bruh. That's hard. You know what I mean? But we gotta hold him. We gotta hold it to the opponent quality too, bro. Like, he's now been blown out by two, top level elite guys that he's faced. So that does show you, I feel like he just he just had great opportunities that he capitalized on.
Sure did.
He gets props for that. He became a unified champ real quickly, over some, over some cannon fodder, and got his stature up there, his ranking. You know what I mean? He fought Crawford, seen what happened, fought Prograis, and seen what happened, and now we here.
Yeah, we here, man. But it's still a name on Prograis' record, though. I mean,
yeah.
And of course,
and Prograis got to take that and make it mean something. He can't fizzle out.
Yeah, and of course, Prograis also, took the zero of one-time prospect Joe Diaz Jr. And Diaz, of course, went on to get KO'd by some fried journeyman later on, but. But Prograis, though, definitely has a chance to really make a mark on this tournament and his career, because Relikh has never been stopped before. I mean, his only losses, of course, was to Ricky Burns, which I thought he actually did win that fight, but what do I know? And then the first fight with Francis Bartholomew, which he actually corrected the second time around. So, yeah, I mean, this is definitely...
hold on, I thought he won both those fucking fights.
The first one... Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, he definitely.
For Bartholomew, right?
Yeah, I thought he won because that was on the card that was the Gary Russ in Escondon card, if I remember correctly.
I just think the second time is like he beat the dude ass a little bit more.
Yeah, because Bartholomew didn't do a damn thing. He just stood there and took punishment.
Yeah, so that's what it was.
Yeah,
he got robbed the first time, and then the second time it's like. He beat his ass a little more and just made it more clearer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, he really beat that ass. So it was a good look for Relikh to, Relikh should probably be really legit undefeated, but boxing politics, But Prograis definitely has the opportunity to really, to really make an exclamation and actually become a legit world champion. No more interim champions, no more carrying that interim WBC belt around. Although he still is carrying that around because, you don't know if Ramirez is ever going to give that belt up for any reason. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this because, like I said, the WBS semifinals, I'm looking forward to it. And 140 had a pretty good pool. So, the winner of that fight, I believe, faces either the winner of Ivan Baranchyk or Josh Taylor. And those two fights, the IBF title will be on the line for that one. I think that semifinal was next month. So So yeah, good times. 140 those, and 140s in a state of rebuild, and yeah, fights like this go a long way to rebuilding that division.
But who you have winning this fight though? Like, how you see it going, man? Like, what's your call, bro?
I mean, I do think Prograis will probably win this fight. I mean, I will give Relikh his respect because I do think it will probably be like a late round stoppage for Prograis. Because like I said, Prograis hits hard as fuck, and he also boxes too. Prograis is one of the few new school fighters that I think that knows how to switch his gears. Like he can go like on and off like that. Like 1 minute, this nigga's a savage. But then also too, I think he showed us really in the Flanagan fight that he's able to actually sit there and box and slowly beat you up.
Yeah.
And Relikh is he's a come forward fighter, I just think Prograis has a little bit more firepower behind his shots than Relikh does.
I think so too, but Relikh's a good technician. Like, you got solid jab, good activity. So he'll be game. He'll make it competitive. But I pretty much agree with you. I think Prograis gonna take over late, and we might get a stoppage, or he'll just win like a 117, 111 type of decision.
Yeah, or even probably at the most 116, 112. I don't think. I mean, for Prograis, if it's closer than that, then obviously because it'll be Prograis. I mean, it could be a wrinkle. It could just be styles. Who knows? But yeah, a 116, 112 or 117, 111 type of victory, if it's not a stoppage. So yeah, I mean, like I said, definitely catch that card. It's in Louisiana, and